Hey guys, Ryan G. Wright with DoHardMoney.com coming to you with a Just Ask Ryan question of the day. And today's question is how to spot if your investment property was a drug house. I'm going to answer this question, and I have a story about this on a property I was just doing some lending on that I want to tell you about. But before I do, if you've got a question you'd like to have me answer, this channel is about real estate, investment, finance, hard money, fix and flip, BRRRR deals, rental properties, and don't forget wholesaling. But if you have a question on any of those topics or anything else, type it in the comments below, and I'd be happy to put together a video just like this for you guys. So this week, I got sent over a property, and the property had some fire damage in it. And the more I looked at the house, I could just tell there was probably some meth in this house, right? Because here's what happens. Usually with a meth house or something like that, they've tinted out the windows, they put stuff on the windows, there's graffiti and that type of stuff in the interior, inside house, like on the walls and stuff. It's got like sprayed graffiti. The house is in pretty bad shape. And then what I found is in the corner, there was some fire that actually ended up occurring, probably where somebody was trying to cook some meth, or something like that. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So what I asked for is I asked for a inspection on the property, and sure enough, what happened? There was meth found on the property, so meth remediation is necessary. Now, luckily, because this house is in such bad shape, the meth remediation is going to be like $5,000 or $6,000. It's a smaller house. It's not going to be all that expensive, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. But the things to look for, first off, you don't have to guess when you're worrying about drugs. Typically, the drug you're worried about is meth, and there's a meth testing kit. And you can do it yourself, or you can hire a home inspector to do it for you. Personally, I get the little baggies from a drug lab that will actually do the tests. There's a little square. You just go to a couple places, you use a swab, you put it in, you mail it off, and then they let you know what the results are. So that's pretty easy to do. I recommend that you do that on any property that you're buying. You don't necessarily need to spend the money on that until after you have the property under contract, but I recommend you check it out, because the last thing you want to have happen is you remodel this whole house, come to find out it has meth, it needs to be decontaminated. You should have done it earlier. Now you got to spend money replacing stuff you've already fixed up. Now, the decontamination process is a lot easier now than it used to be. The technology has advanced quite substantially. It used to be you'd have to take all the sheetrock off. You still have to do all the carpet and the pad and re-carpet and pad. You can leave the sheetrock and you can spray everything in most cases. And I'm not a meth specialist, but from what I've seen, it's typically a lot easier now than it used to be in the olden days. The other thing to keep in mind when you go into a property, if it looks like somebody took a can of Coca-Cola, and shook it up and sprayed it all over, you get like these gloopy, like brown, kind of, it basically looks like the sugar, that type of stuff. It kind of looks like that. So if I see that on the ceilings, that's something, or anywhere, that's something I'm kind of worried about. These days, though, I don't think you have to be worried about meth in general. As long as you know it's there and you know what the cost for remediation is going to be. It's something to be aware of. It's something that you need to test for. And as far as cleanup, you've got to get a meth professional. And don't just let a general contractor be like, oh yeah, I can take care of that. You need someone that's in the business of cleaning it, retesting it, and can vouch that it was done appropriately, and it needs to be a third party, not just like Bill the handyman. And that's a big mistake I see a lot of people make, is their contractors like, oh, I'll clean it up, I'll just spray it off, we'll just repaint it. That doesn't solve the core problem of the chemical. And so you've got to have someone do a chemical treatment and then recertify, so that when you go to sell the property, you can say, hey, we're certified, we're in good shape. Now, some states require you to disclose it. Other states require you do not disclose it. So you've got to look up in your state, and your local real estate agent can help you out with knowing this stuff as well. In most cases, they'll know what to say. So if you're in a property and you sense something like this, just prepare for the additional expense. Build that into your pricing. Make an offer believing you're going to have to do a cleanup job on it. If you don't, you came out ahead. If you do, then you've already got that built into the pricing, and then you'll get the test done, and then you'll get remediation companies that are professionals in this will then give you finalized pricing. If that comes in worse than you were anticipating, this is where you go back to the seller and have to renegotiate. I'll tell you, anytime you get something that's meth positive, you go back to the seller and say, this is meth. It's a major cleanup. It's a major nightmare. You've got to knock serious amounts of money off the price in order for it to make sense for me to do this. Highly recommend you look at doing that as you're dealing with something like this. So those are some things to look for. If the interior is completely trashed, you've got graffiti, it looks like there's a can of Coke that's been sprayed everywhere. The windows are blocked out, like, rubbed out so you can't see. And those are the types of things that you're looking for in something. But I recommend you do a meth test on every property once you go under contract anyway. If you have found this information to be helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. It tells YouTube I'm doing a great job and the YouTube logarithms that they should show more of this content, and I really appreciate it. If you've got a question you'd like to have me answer, type it in the comments below. But if you're wanting to get started or you're wanting to get more out of your real estate investing, check us out at dohardmoney.com. We have money. But in addition to the money, we have tools, we have resources, we have softwares, all to help you find value, negotiate, marketing, contracts, forms, and getting your real estate investment jump started. Whether that be you're wanting to BRRRR deals, whether that means you want to wholesale, whether that means you want to do fix and flip, whether that means you want to do traditional rental properties, whether that means you want to be more involved with hard money lending or borrow money, whatever that case is, check us out at dohardmoney.com because we'd love to chat with you. Now, I've got a couple other resources I want you to check out. One, I've got another video on how to rehab a meth house. I'm going to put that in the comments below and also on the screen, how to rehab a meth house. It goes right in line with what we're talking about here. You're going to want to check that video out. The other one is I have a blog. I'm going to put this in the comments as well. Who is responsible for lender required repairs? Who's responsible? So if the lender comes back and says this is required, who's responsible of making sure that house gets done, or who pays for those things? So check out that blog post. I know you're going to like that as well. Otherwise, make it a very profitable day, and bye for now.